Hello, hello. Good evening, everybody. We are back again for another live chat. I'm so excited. Thank you all for joining us tonight. Please like, share this video with your friends and family and everybody else in between. I have tonight with me a very, very special guest who is my best friend. Her name is Quiana James, and she has an event planning business, and she's here to share with us all things event planning, guys. She has done wonderful things with this event planning. She planned my wedding, guys. She helped me. Basically, she saved my wedding. It was
30 days in. 30
yeah,
days in.
I mean, girl came in and just did the most. But the thing is I didn't even know she was doing this. So this was all happening. I just came out to a beautiful production, you guys. So if you guys attended my wedding or seen pictures, that was all Miss Quiana James. She is the bomb. So you guys need to hire her. Anyway, she'll tell you guys a little bit more about her event planning business. She is based out of St. Louis, Missouri, but she does travel, okay? For the fee. If the money is right, honey, she will travel for you. So let's get into it. Go ahead, Quiana, and introduce yourself a little bit more and just tell ladies a little bit about you.
Yeah, so my name is Quiana James, and my company name is Quiana J Event Designs, LLC. And with my company, it's been around since 2017, officially, through the
Right.
state of Missouri. But, I've kind of been a part of event planning for years, honestly, decorating and planning for years, essentially. So, like Nora said, I'm born and raised here in St. Louis, Missouri. That is my home. I love St. Louis. And I guess I do essentially do travel for events. If someone is inquiring of an event that's outside of the St. Louis or Missouri state area.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know that we talked a lot about you getting started with your business and
Mhm.
really, really just going to the next level. So tell me a little bit about the process of just really getting out there and just why you started the business.
Yeah. So I started essentially. I have to thank you, Nora. At the time, you were Nora Scott. You're now Nora Brown. But I have to thank you. And there's a woman who attends my church. Her name is Melinda Lewis. And what happened was essentially back in January of 2017. I don't know. You and I were having some type of phone conversation. I don't even know. I can't even
Yeah,
go over the
we talk
details.
all the time though. So
Yeah, we talk all the time. So I can't remember the specific details, but I do remember you pregnant with 8,
yeah.
and you were getting ready to you wanted to have a baby shower, and you had
Oh, okay, yeah.
all these ideas for it and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, you was like, yeah, I need some help on it. And we were going to have the baby shower that May. So this was January, the conversation. So that May. And I'm like, oh yeah, cool. Yeah, I got you. I can like look into some stuff and kind of help out or whatever. And she was like, and you said, you really need to go ahead and get into doing this,
Yeah.
like as like a lifestyle, like your business, you need to do it. And I was like, huh, because I had never really thought of it like I just never did. And
Mhm.
so, lie to you not, like a week later or within the same week or something like that, this woman from my church, Melinda Lewis, she approached me and she was just like, hey, like my husband and I are getting ready to celebrate 30 years and we want to do a 30-year wedding anniversary
Mhm.
and renewal vows. And I would love for you to coordinate and decorate it. And I was like, what? I was like, really? And she was like, yeah, like you do this stuff here at church all the time, right? I said, well, I'll be honest with you, I've never done a wedding. Like I do like banquet stuff at church for our hospitality team because I'm the coordinator for that, but I've never done a wedding stuff. She was like, but I just know that you can do it. Like you got it.
Right.
Between January and April, I don't know, something just resonated within me. And it just had to be between you and her. It was just a godsend.
Right.
And so in March of 2017, I signed up for classes to become certified. And then that April, I obtained my LLC. Like, and I don't even know where the drive came from. I just started moving, just moving into
I,
it. And so, hence where Quiana J Events essentially came from, and I just continued to run with it since then. So that's literally how it started.
that's awesome. To me, I feel like it was a God thing because I
It
remember
was.
you have so much talent because even back when we were in college, you would help you would plan these major events, which obviously we probably should have been getting paid for the scale of, of things we were but like you always had creative ideas and thought processes and always just could make something out of nothing. You would see an empty room and have a vision and just run with it. And it would just create a really good event. So I was like, man, I need to really let her know. And I think that's really good with people when they get ready to start businesses is to get a good team around you, to get around people that are positive, that will pour into your life and highlight the positives about you to get you motivated. So what are some of the struggles that you've dealt with, launching your business and just really getting it off the ground since you've been in the business for about 3 years now, 4 years?
17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, 3 years. Oh my gosh, yes, 3 years. I'm 3 years in.
So what are the biggest struggles? What's going on out there in the event planning world?
So one of the struggles is that I've had is just making sure that I price my work.
Oh yeah.
And it's like I know what I'm worth. I know what I can do. I know what I'm capable of. And then I also know what I'm not capable of. You know, what I haven't learned, what I haven't acquired, what I haven't obtained. And so it's just one of the things that I've had to struggle with is making sure that I stick to my work. Like I'll price everything outright down to the flower, down to this backdrop that you see behind me, this sequence backdrop you see behind me. I will price it down to the right penny and the right dollar amount. But then when I get to the client, this was in the past, not now. But in the past, I would, because I wanted to make sure I got the business and I wanted to, because I needed something to put myself out there to show people that, hey, I can do this. I would be devaluing my worth and my product.
Right.
And so I had to get to the point where it was just like, yeah, you can't keep doing that. You know, that's just not going to work. Like, and I had to just, tell myself that all money isn't good money.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just the reality of it. So that was one of the struggles that I had. I think that's like the biggest one, because when I started out financially, I'm blessed to say that I'm debt free with my business. And that is because I worked in the hospitality industry in management roles, high management roles. And so I was able to take the money I was making at work and fund my product.
Right.
Essentially helped me be debt free, where this I own. There's a lot of things I don't actually have to rent. I actually own a lot of the products, from tablecloths, backdrops, silk flowers, plates, forks, cups, napkins, you name it. I probably own it myself. So that's probably a good thing.
I know I didn't. I know I let you know a little bit ahead of time what the questions were, but this is just a thought that came to my mind. How was that transition while you were working and doing the business? Because I know a lot of business owners, they kind of work and then do the business, and then eventually when it gets big, they branch off.
Yeah.
How was the process for you trying to balance both the job and the business at the same time?
Hard. For me, it was a struggle. And it was because I was in a management role. And I mean, that was then. This is now. I've actually kind of switched jobs. Mm-hmm. So the job I work now allows me to work my business full time. And that's what I've always wanted to do and I love to do. So it's a blessing now. But then it was hard, because in the management role, I was like an assistant GM. And then when we didn't have a GM, I was the active GM for a hotel. And what would happen was that I would get calls at 3 a.m. that your system is shut down. It would get to the point where if I had a wedding or a baby shower, anything coming up, I would have to take a minimum of 3 days off just to make sure I could get it done, so that they would know, hey, Quiana is not available. She cannot come in to fix the system. She cannot come in to fix the issue. Like,
right.
You guys have got it. You got to make it work. You know what I'm saying? So it was very, very hard. I mean, obviously, I'm really, really pushed hard to make sure that my clients were not affected and they didn't feel the riff of it. And I also worked really hard to make sure that my job was not affected. That I was still an essential manager, and that was an asset to the company. Wow. So if I can say, if anything, I lost a lot of just sleep and personal life.
Right. That work-life balance, right?
The work-life balance. So for me, I mean, I don't know about the next person, but for me, it was a struggle just because of the positions that I held in the hospitality industry at that time.
Right. I can imagine. It's probably really stressful.
Yeah.
I know you talked about some of the negatives, or some of the struggles that you face. So what are some of the positive? What are some of the wins that you've experienced being an event planner?
What I love about being an event planner, and the number one win, is that when all of my clients, I have testimonials. Now, I've got to do better. I got to be honest with you. I have testimonials sitting in like my Google Drive and all that kind of stuff. But every testimonial that I get from a client, they always say, if you tell her you want something, she will do it. And if you're worried about something, she'll always tell you, oh, I got it. And that's just how I am. And so that's a win for me when I can walk away knowing that my clients have been taken care of and that they were truly worry free. Like I've guaranteed them from day one of signing on to the agreement or just day one of having our consultation. And they walk away just like they were stress free. They had everything they wanted. I truly made their dreams a reality, which is my slogan, making your dreams a design reality. Right. And I've truly been able to do that for all of my clients. So that's a win for me. That's like the number one, probably only win that I get out of this is that they're happy.
Right. Well, that's important. And I think it goes back to customer service and just really to serve the customer and really make the client or the customer happy. At the end of the day, they pay you for a job to do and you have to execute well. And under pressure, a lot of times, last minute things. I know that when we were planning the wedding, it was so many last minute things. I was like, we didn't have a sign-in sheet. We couldn't find sign-in.
Yeah.
And I came out and I don't know what you guys did, but y'all found these really cute letters. And it was just so like, oh my God, where'd y'all get these? And it was just exciting to know that somebody back like that. So I know that your clients are probably feeling the same way I did the day of my wedding. Because it's, these are important ceremonies or whatever the case may be that they're celebrating. Need someone on a team. And, as the person in the, in the actual person that it's happening to, you under a lot of stress. So it's good to have somebody on your team that's really going to fight for you and really going to make that vision come to pass for you guys. So let me tell you guys something. You guys need to book her. And that's the reason why. What she just said. Yeah, because she will make your dream a reality 100%. And I will say that over and over, and I'll stand behind it 100%, 110% with no doubt that if you give her some instructions or an idea or a thought, she will create that thing. She will turn that thing probably better than what you even had in your mind. Like, oh, okay, I didn't know you was going to go hard. So I'm like, dang, I didn't know she was going to go hard like that. But I love it. And so what motivates you daily to get out here and just keep going in the midst of, working and doing all that you do to still keep showing up every day for your clients? What's your motivation behind that?
Two things. One, the clients, satisfying them, making sure that they're happy. And then number two, I always want to be better than who I was yesterday.
Right.
And that's my motivation. Like I just had a wedding this past Saturday, which went really, really well. And I didn't do all the decor on that wedding. I did like the centerpiece, a backdrop, a couple of other tables here and there. And then I did their aisle at the ceremony and some flowers. And just those special, simple touches. You know what I'm saying? Just made a big difference. It just made a big difference.
Wow. Just those, I think it's even those little touches that probably took it to the next level. I wish I could show some of your photos. I had a way, but my technology is not right now, and I'm not about to try.
No worries. I've got Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah, but we'll leave your links below so people can go to your pages and stuff, which I'll tag them in all this so people can go look at all the things that you've created and be able to get a visual of some of the things that you've done. But, it's immaculate. And so what's up for you next? What do you have planned going forward for Quiana J Events?
So back in 2017, like I said, I had started working on my certifications back of March, but I didn't finish them because of just the workload of like working and then trying to do the events at the same time. But essentially the workload took more, I guess, presence than the event. So now that I have the availability to do it, I'm finishing up my certification. So by this December, my goal is to be done with all my certifications. I have certifications in wedding planner and event planning. And it's not something that you need to have, but it's something that I would like to have. And also essentially taking a course that just helps develop my craft. So that's what's up next. That's number one. Then number two, I'm hoping, if God's will, within the next 5 years that I'll be able to own my own event space. And what kind of brought that up was two things. One, because when you're loading and unloading all that decor, it takes a lot of time taking it to several different places. Like I have a storage unit. So I have some things here at my house, in my basement, but essentially majority of my items are in a storage unit. So when you gotta go, get that stuff, load it up, take it to where it needs to go, then bring it back. And then if you did tablecloths or something you have to wash, bring it home, wash it, and especially with COVID, making sure you're following the COVID regulations with your items and then take it back to the storage unit to be stored. That is a lot.
Yeah.
So that's number one. So essentially, I'd like to have my own facility. So that way, if a client's like, hey, like, not only do I want you to plan and decorate, but I want to use your facility, I don't have to do all that traveling. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm willing to travel. Don't get me wrong. If it's not in my spot, it's okay. But essentially, it'd be nice to have my own spot where I could also have my own office as well. So that's number one. And then number two, because of COVID, I noticed a lot of things happening outdoors. So I would like to have an event space that caters to indoors and outdoors for guests and be able to accommodate in that way. So that's kind of a few things that are up next for me. And I would like to also be able to plan, coordinate, or decorate, or all three, a convention.
Oh.
It's a desire of mine. And that kind of came up from when we went to New Orleans to the Essence Festival. And one of the things is during the day, I can't remember what it was called, but they had like activities and stuff and people that you can meet and take pictures with during the day. And so on that Sunday before I left New Orleans, I went that morning to kind of check it out. And I was just floored by what I saw. Like it took event planning to another level. Like I saw it on another level. And I said then, I was like, I'm gonna be able to do this one day. I'm gonna do this one day. Like how it was set up, the lines was organized, how you come and you go. I was like, I'm doing an event, an Essence Festival event, either that event or something similar to it. I would love to do it. I would love to be the head and be able to do it. Now, obviously, I know I can't just jump out there and do it. So I am looking for ways to kind of be on a team when stuff like that does come up again after COVID. So I can kind of grow and learn and see the behind the scenes and why they do it and how they do it. So that way it prepares me to be able to be the person they say, hey, we want Quiana J to come through and she be able to run this event. And I would love to. I would love to. Right. I would probably just pass out. Like an opportunity.
That'd be so good whenever you. I mean, I know that you probably be able to do that and execute really well. You know, at something like that. That'd be awesome. You know, I didn't get a chance to go in and see all that stuff at the Essence Festival. I mean, I think I seen the concerts and stuff. Even though I'm sure that a lot went into that and the coordinating of all of that. So it'd be cool to see something like that coming up. So, how can everybody reach out to you or get in contact? How do we book you?
Sure, absolutely. So to contact me, you can reach me on Instagram. My Instagram name is Quiana J Events. You can also reach me on Facebook. My Facebook name is Quiana J Events. I'm sorry, Quiana J Event Designs LLC on Facebook. My hashtag is Quiana J Events. So either one of those, you can reach me. My email is available on there. I don't have a website just yet because I was kind of remodeling a few things. So hopefully within the next 30 days or so, I will have the website up and it will also have those same links there, how I can be reached. I'm sorry, I should have gave my phone number.
Okay, go ahead.
So also, let me make sure I quote that right because I have two phones. So my phone number, I can also be reached for Quiana J Events at 314-339-7556. So I can also be via text or phone call there. And if I don't answer, then just leave me a message. I'll get back with you as soon as possible.
Awesome. And last thing, what advice would you give to some new people getting off into the event planning business or just entrepreneurship period? What advice would you give to some new business owners?
Know your worth and stick to it. When I say your work, meaning knowing your time that you spend on crafting what you do, and then make sure you price that correctly. And then don't back down from it. Like, it's okay. Like, if you don't get that piece of business that you really wanted, it's okay. It'll come back around in another way. And it's going to come back around better. So that would be one of my biggest things to do. Also, know where your strengths are. So for me, for example, I love balloon arrangements, but I am not well at balloon arrangements just yet. But there is a young lady at my church who is, and she's also a decorator and planner as well. Her name is Desiree McFadden. got to shout her out. And she does fantastic job with balloons. So when I have an event and there's balloons, I call her.
Right.
I say, hey, I have this event. They want balloons. Are you available this day? And 99% of the time she's available. So I just priced it to where it essentially goes to her from the client.
Right.
And then she comes and she takes care of that. So, know where your strengths and your weaknesses are. I know I can do backdrops. I know that I can lay out a table. I know I can plan very, very well. But something like balloon arrangements, not good at. So know your strengths and your weaknesses. And it's okay to network and connect. And that's another thing. Number 3, network and connect with other people who plan or decorate and coordinate. Because there's another young lady. Her name is Mildred Young. She also goes to my church. A lot of people go to my church. We kind of be, we're
a little community.
We're popping at my church. We got some creative people at my church. So Mildred Young, she also helped me on this event, this wedding this past Saturday. And her strength was being able to make sure that there's the tulle was wrapped around the pews correctly so I could essentially plug in the flower. Right. And so because of that, I was like, hey, can you take her there? And she was like, yeah, I got it. That's not my strength. That's her strength. Right. So know your strengths and know your weaknesses and be able to network with people who can fill in for your weaknesses.
Right. That's good advice, because I know so many people, you get into the business and you don't know where to go, left, right, or and I think too, like you said, know your strengths and know your weaknesses, but also the networking to be able to get in a community of people who will hold you up and get around you and can, like you can call your friend for the balloon decorating or, whatever you not good in. But yeah, people absolutely need to know the strengths and the weaknesses of what they can do. Because you tell a client that you can do something, then you get there, you can't deliver. So
exactly. And that's one thing I don't do. I don't overpromise and underdeliver. I will never do that.
Ooh, that's good. That's good. Yeah, that's good, because it's a lot of people out there doing it.
Oh, and you know what? I do have one more thing to add to that. Have a strong team. You know what I'm saying? Find you a strong team that's truly got your back. And right now, my team is my family. Like my mom helps, Linda James, my aunt Edith Gillespie, my cousin Jessie Lynn, my sister Bianca, my cousin Jason, my mom's best friend. She's like an aunt, Deborah Caldwell. I mean, they all go so hard for me. My dad, oh my gosh, he has a truck, and I called him at the last minute this past Friday because I couldn't fit everything in my Jeep. So I was like, so what's going on with that? Not essentially, yes, I could have gotten, a U-Haul, but the factor that he had something that would be, to help me out, it was perfect. So my dad, find a strong team that's going to have your back. And I know that my family and my friends, they have my back. And so I really appreciate them. Like, there is no Quiana J Events without my team.
Right. Absolutely. Having a good team is so important.
It is.
Well, you know what? When I was bringing you on here, I was thinking about, all the things you've done, and just keep going. I just want you to know that what you're doing is good, and people really, really need your service. So even on those days, feel like, hey, nobody's looking, nobody's watching, trust me, you got clients shouting you out, you got me shouting you out. If I hear about a wedding or anything, and I know I'm wailing in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and you're wailing in St. Louis, but even here, we love you. We wish, I wish you lived right down the street so I can always have you available. But
yeah, I know.
I'm like, dang, come plan this baby shower, this birthday party, everything. I just want your hands in everything.
Yeah.
Creative, and you get it done, and I don't have to worry about it. So like that's a big factor for me, and I think for a lot of people that's planning events is that they just don't have to worry about it. You want to be able to walk away and hand you something and just go away. And that's what I can definitely say about your business, is that I can hand you a task and walk away and literally not look at it again until the day of. And it's
that's what you're not the only one that says that, and I that means a lot to me. Like, I appreciate that, because you're not the only one that says it. Like, I'm not trying to, be all extra nothing, but seriously, every client says that. They say, if we give it to her, and I mean, and of course we talk continuously throughout the process, but they like, seriously, like, we don't have to really say all the details. We can just show up and we know it's going to be done.
Yeah. Because there's so many other things that I had on my mind and on my plate, and I literally never thought about it. And I'm like, oh yeah, I got to decorate this way. Oh yeah, Quiana probably got that under control. cards, and obviously never been married before, never done a wedding, so I didn't realize how much it took. And you just made it look really easy. It was not. So we thank you for that, first of all. But
You're welcome.
So much for coming on here and talking about.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Oh, absolutely. And I'll bring you back. We'll bring you back once you get ready to start playing those conventions and doing all those great things that you've already been talking about.
I have no idea. Like, people are like, what? You'd be excited to plan a convention? You have no idea. After I saw Essence Festival, I was like, I'm doing it one day. Like, that's a goal. That is a goal that needs to be done. I mean, I make everybody's dreams a design reality. That is a dream that I want to design and make my reality.
I need to hire her.
So yeah, that is a goal. That is a strong goal of mine to make happen. So yeah.
Well, we excited to see you grow and blossom, and all the things you got going on forward. And Girl Talk got your back. We support, and ladies, make sure
Thank you, ladies and Girl Talk.
Book. So, do you have anything last minute things to say to the ladies before we go tonight?
No. Honestly, just I've kind of just got on this new thing of #BU. Period.
Oh yeah, I like it. #BU. Well, like I said, I'll put all your information below so you ladies can reach her. She actually gave y'all a phone number, so y'all better take heed. People ain't giving out phone numbers these days, so
I do. You can text.
Yeah. Text, yeah.
Either way, email. I'm there.
Okay. All right. Make sure you guys hit her up, look her up, book her. She is available. She will travel. And if you're in the St. Louis area and you're watching, please book her. She make your dreams a reality. So, but anyway, thank you guys for watching. We'll be back next week with another live chat. And thank you again, Quiana, for coming on here and talking.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, guys, y'all have a good night. We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.